Jupiter in the 5th house of your horoscope, and that's one very auspicious position. The 5th house, first of all, symbolizes your creative talents, your creative intelligence, and such people can almost be like geniuses sometimes. They can come up with such brilliant and bright ideas that they can surprise everyone. So they can anything, they can invent new things, they can create artistic and imaginative and literary pieces of art, you know, and manifest very much through their imagination and through their creative intelligence. And such people also are almost born to be performers, to be actors, to be center of attention, even if they're not so much into the artistic sphere of work. They can be political figures, because 5th house is the house of the king, is the house of performance, center stage activities. So such people feel very comfortable in such entertainment industry, very comfortable in creative, literary, poetic, musical environments as well, and they'll contribute a lot to society through their creative talents. And 5th house is you know, they can make great writers as well, poets, musicians. It depends on different things of the horoscope, which one of those creative expressions the person will take. But they generally expresses Jupiter in the 5th house promises financial wealth and abundance and material growth and spiritual growth through those spheres of creative intelligence or creative genius, almost sometimes it can be, or anything which is more creative and which is using the mind and the intelligence. And often 5th house also shows your other children, because children are also a product of our creation. And Jupiter there can promise you that your first child at least will be very special, very open-minded, very Jupiterian in nature, which is the great benefic. Jupiter promises a lot of happiness and joy coming from children in your life. Some sources say that Jupiter will diminish the number of children in your life when it's in the 5th house, but logically some ancient sources say that, but actually Jupiter is an expansive planet, so for me it's the opposite. You know, for me, when Jupiter is in the 5th house, promises children and happiness from children, or work with children, maybe being part of a youthful organization or contributing somehow through charity to children, or working with children educationally in some ways, which can be very beneficial and so fulfilling for the person. As well, 5th house, as I said, can be also political performers or orators, people who are not afraid to be on the stage, people who are not afraid to exhibit their themselves in a center stage position. And as I said, many politicians, orators, or people who have large audience of followers, admirers, people have a large group of people, others that are their clients as well. So these people can be also in a kind of a media sphere or amusement sphere, that they have more followers or more clients as well. Let's see, what else is the 5th house? The 5th house, I think we mentioned most of the things. Also, the Jupiter in a female horoscope can indicate the husband, and it can indicate what type of person the husband will be, especially the first husband. And Jupiter being in the 5th house in a female horoscope can indicate that the husband will be maybe such a public figure, amusement, or very creative, very romantic figure as well, because 5th house is such a romantic place, or maybe some type of a political figure. And the woman can meet him in a place of amusements, because 5th house rules places of amusements, theaters, cinemas, cultural events that are for fun, you know, exhibitions. And also the person will themselves exhibit a lot of interest towards these activities. They love to party hard, they like to have fun, they can be the center of the company, like making everyone enjoy themselves, have fun, be playful a lot. Their inner child is very liberated there. There's a natural flow of their inner child, unless there's some other blocking influences which blocks them creatively, or how they express themselves. Maybe if Saturn or Rahu or Ketu are there, this will be much changed, because these planets overpower Jupiter. And the 5th house also represents, as I said, Yes, entertainment, having fun, and also fifth house is the house of romance. So such people can be very romantic figures. As far as I remember, Don Juan or Casanova had Jupiter in the fifth house. So such people have so many flirts and romantic interests. They thrive. They feel more alive when they are in such environments where there is romantic stimulation there. And it's not like the most faithful position, but it can bring happiness, romantic happiness to the person, and quite a few romantic partners as well. And the person can be inclined to grand gestures romantically as well, which is great if you're dating such a person. Also, the fifth house is the 11th house from the 7th, which is gains. 11th house is gains and 7th house is marriage. So these people can be gainful after marriage through the spouse. The spouse can help them in some way increase their gains, so the marriage itself can be gainful in some ways. And all these things, they matter very strongly if Jupiter is in water or fire sign, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, and much less if Jupiter is in one of the earth or air signs, the rest of the signs. And almost all of the good qualities of Jupiter in the fifth house are taken away if it's in Capricorn. Its position of the lowest, its lowest dignity, which would tend actually to harm more the house than anything. So such people tend to be lucky and happy and joyful and prosperous after marriage. They'll tend to have a lot of romantic relationships. They'll tend to be very creative, very fun people, very spontaneous and natural, and have luck through children as well. And also their children can later on, when they grow up, can help the native benefit or be more prosperous themselves, and can be a source of wealth and prosperity for the person. Thank you.